Life does not reward comfort. It does not care about your excuses, your fears, or the easy choices you make. The truth is simple. The hardest lives produce the strongest men. Strength is not given. It is earned. It is forged in a fire of struggle, in the lonely battles that no one sees, in the pain that refuses to leave you alone. Men who grow up soft never truly know what it means to fight, to endure, to rise when every part of them wants to quit. Think about the times you failed, the moments that knocked you to your knees. Those moments were not punishments. They were opportunities. Every setback is a lesson, every obstacle a test. The men who survive and thrive in life's hardest conditions do so because they refuse to bow to fear, pain, or despair. They understand that comfort is the enemy of progress, and that growth only comes when you push beyond the limits you thought were impossible. Strength begins in the mind. When your body screams stop, it is your mind that decides whether you quit or push forward. True warriors are built not by avoiding hardship, but by embracing it. They stare into the void of difficulty and say, I will rise stronger. The strongest men are those who turn suffering into fuel, weakness into power, and pain into relentless determination. Life is full of challenges, but most men run from them. They avoid pain, hide from struggle, and choose the path of least resistance. But every man who has achieved greatness has done the opposite. They welcome the storm, knowing it would shape them into something unbreakable. Pain is the ultimate teacher, revealing weaknesses, forcing growth, and showing you who you really are when nothing else can. Every man has a choice. Live soft or live hard. Chase comfort or chase strength. The hardest lives are not cruel. They are the proving grounds of greatness. Those who endure, who fight, who refuse to give in, are the men who leave a mark on the world. Strength is never comfortable. It is forged in struggle, refined in adversity, and tested by life itself. So when life pushes you down, rise. When it hurts, endure. Every trial you face is preparing you to become unstoppable. The hard life builds the strongest men, not the soft, not the complacent, but the relentless, the fearless, the unbreakable. Embrace the struggle. Own it. Let it make you a man who refuses to quit. The hardest lives don't just test your body, they test your very soul. They strip away comfort, security, and certainty. Every day becomes a challenge, every decision a battle, and yet it is in these moments of relentless pressure that the strongest men are born. Strength is not simply a product of lifting weights, running miles, or enduring physical pain. It is a result of facing life's rawest difficulties and refusing to give in. Think about the men who inspire you, the ones who seem unstoppable. Do you think they were born that way? No. They were broken, beaten, and tested by circumstances that would have crushed most people. They grew up with nothing, lost everything, or endured pain so deep it would have left scars in any ordinary man. But instead of surrendering, they rose. Every setback became fuel. Every obstacle became an opportunity to prove to themselves that they could not be defeated. That is a hallmark of strength. The refusal to quit when life is at its harshest. Life is not fair. Life does not reward talent or effort alone. It rewards perseverance, resilience, and the ability to endure when everyone else has given up. The hard life builds the strongest men because it forces them to develop these qualities. Comfort creates weakness. Safety creates laziness. But adversity demands action. It forces you to confront your fears, to endure your pain, and to push past the limits you once thought were immovable. Men who embrace hardship, who see struggle as a teacher rather than a curse, become forces of nature. They do not break, they evolve. One of the hardest lessons in life is understanding that pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Pain will find everyone. It's unavoidable. But how you respond to that pain defines who you are. Most men run from pain, hide from it, or complain about it. The strongest men do the opposite. They lean into it. They chase it. They allow it to shape them, mold them, and transform them. Pain is not the enemy. It is a tool of growth, the test of character, and the crucible that forges greatness. Consider the mental battles that accompany a hard life. Physical endurance can be trained, but mental toughness is honed only in the arena of adversity. Every fear, every failure, every moment of doubt is an opportunity to strengthen your mind. When you stare at life's impossible challenges and decide to continue anyway, you are building resilience that cannot be broken by circumstance. The strongest men are not those who avoid hardship. They are those who embrace it, adapt to it, and conquer it. The truth is that every struggle carries a hidden advantage. Every hardship teaches lessons that comfort never could. Every failure reveals weaknesses, forces introspection, and ignites a desire to improve. A hard life is like a weight in the gym. The more pressure you endure, the stronger you become. The men who succeed are the ones who understand this principle and refuse to settle for anything less than total commitment to their growth. They know that the easiest path is the weakest path, and that enduring pain is a gateway to power, freedom, and mastery. Discipline is another product of hardship. A man who has never struggled is rarely disciplined. He wakes up when he wants, eats what he wants, and quits when things get tough. But a man forged in difficulty learns that discipline is life itself. He learns to show up, to do what must be done even when he does not feel like it, and to push beyond every limit. Hardship teaches you to take responsibility for your actions, to refuse excuses, and to understand that no one is coming to save you. You are your own hero, your own warrior, your own savior. And let's talk about fear, the silent enemy of weak men. Fear thrives in comfort. It grows in inactivity, in indecision, and in avoidance. But the hard life forces you to confront fear over and over again. It pushes you into situations where failure is a real possibility and demands that you rise despite it. Every man who has achieved greatness has stared fear in the face and chosen courage anyway. The strongest men are not fearless. They are courageous in spite of fear, disciplined in spite of doubt, and relentless in spite of pain. Ultimately, a hard life builds more than strength. It builds character. It builds men who are unbreakable, who refuse to compromise their values, who understand that life is a fight worth enduring. The strongest men are not measured by wealth, fame, or accolades. They are measured by their ability to endure, to rise after every fall, and to maintain integrity when no one is watching. Life will test you in ways you cannot predict, but the men who embrace struggle will always find a way to win. So, when life feels unbearable, when every day seems like a mountain too high to climb, remember this. You are being forged. Every pain, every loss, every failure is building a version of yourself stronger than you have ever imagined. The hardest lives produce the strongest men because they leave no room for weakness, no space for excuses, and no tolerance for surrender. They demand action, resilience, and unyielding courage, and in return, they give something priceless. The unshakable power of a man who has endured everything and refuses to be defeated. You can complain. You can quit. You can choose comfort over struggle. But if you do, you will never know the strength that lies on the other side of pain. The hard life does not forgive, but it does reward those who endure. And that reward is nothing short of extraordinary. A mind unbreakable, a body disciplined, and a spirit that refuses to bow. Rise, endure, fight. Your struggles are not curses. They are the blueprint of your greatness. The hardest life builds the strongest man, and it is calling you to prove that you are one of them. Life will not stop testing you. Every day will bring challenges that feel bigger than you, problems that seem unsolvable, and pain that seems unbearable. That is the reality of the hard life, and that is exactly why it produces the strongest men. Strength is not born from ease or comfort. It is forged in the trenches of struggle, hammered by failure, and sharpened by relentless adversity. The men who endure these trials do so because they understand a crucial truth. Growth requires discomfort, and greatness requires suffering. Think about the men who rise above ordinary life. They were not gifted extraordinary circumstances. They were gifted nothing. They were forced to fight for every inch, to claw their way through hardship, and to endure pain that would have broken most people. But instead of surrendering, they adapted. They became resilient. They refused to quit when the world expected them to give up. And that refusal, that unyielding determination, is what separates the strongest men from the rest. The strongest men understand that every struggle is a teacher. Failure is not a punishment. It is a lesson. Pain is not a curse. It is a tool. When life knocks you down, it is not to break you. It is to build you. Every scar you carry, every wound you endure, every disappointment you survive is adding to your strength, your wisdom, and your ability to rise stronger than before. The men who succeed are the ones who learn from hardship rather than complain about it, who see opportunity in pain rather than retreat from it. Discipline becomes second nature in a hard life. A man who has never struggled may find it difficult to commit to show up every day and to fight for what he wants. But a man forged in adversity understands that discipline is survival. He understands that nothing comes without effort, that shortcuts lead to weakness, and that consistency in the face of difficulty is the only path to true strength. Hardship trains him to push past excuses, to rise before the sun, and keep going when everyone else has quit. Fear is also conquered in the fire of struggle. Men who live soft lives rarely encounter fear in its purest form. They avoid it, deny it, or hide from it. But the strongest men confront fear daily. They embrace the unknown, step into challenges that terrify them, and allow fear to fuel their growth rather than paralyze them. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action despite fear. And the hard life teaches this lesson over and over again until it becomes instinct. The journey is not just physical. It is profoundly mental and emotional. Life will push you to your limits, strip you of pride, and challenge your identity. It will force you to question yourself and your purpose. And in that crucible, you discover who you truly are. The strongest men are those who remain steadfast in their values, unshaken by circumstances, and unwavering in their commitment to becoming the best version of themselves. They do not compromise their integrity, even when life seems unfair, even when others doubt them. Every obstacle is an opportunity. Every setback is a test. The men who thrive in a hard life are not afraid to fail. They understand that failure is temporary, but quitting is permanent. They rise every time they fall, learn every time they fail, and use adversity as fuel to push harder, go further, and endure longer. That is how the strongest men are built. Not by luck, not by talent, but by relentless perseverance and refusal to surrender. Strength is cumulative. Every moment of struggle, every painful experience, every challenge you endure adds to the man you are becoming. The world may see only the victories, the successes, or the achievements, but it is the unseen battles, the silent endurance, and the quiet resilience that create a man who cannot be defeated. Hardship leaves no room for weakness. It demands action, resilience, and courage. And those who answer the call become unbreakable. So when life feels unbearable, when the weight of struggle feels like it will crush you, remember this. You are being forged. Every challenge is shaping your mind, your body, and your character. The strongest men are not those who have had it easy. They are those who have endured, adapted, and refused to quit. They understand that every struggle is a stepping stone to greatness, every setback a lesson, and every moment of pain a chance to become stronger than they were yesterday. Embrace the hard life. Seek out the challenges that scare you. Step into discomfort and allow it to shape you. The world will not hand you strength. You must earn it. And when you do, you will discover a truth that every man who has walked the path of struggle knows. The hard life builds the strongest men, and those men leave a legacy that cannot be shaken. Rise, endure, fight. Every challenge is an opportunity, every struggle a teacher, and every obstacle a chance to become unstoppable. The hard life is calling you. Will you answer? This is where it all comes together. All the struggle, all the pain, all the nights you thought you couldn't take another step. This is the moment that proves who you are. The hard life does not create men who quit. It creates men who rise, who endure, who refuse to be broken. Every trial you faced, every setback you survived has been preparing you for this exact moment. And now, it is time to claim the strength that was always inside you. The strongest men are not defined by luck, talent, or circumstances. They are defined by endurance. They are defined by the ability to push through when everything inside them screams to stop. They are defined by the moments no one saw, the battles fought in silence, and the pain endured without complaint. Life will always throw challenges at you, and will always demand more than you think you can give. But every time you rise, every time you refuse to quit, you are proving to yourself that you are stronger than life itself. The hard life teaches you discipline, resilience, and courage. It teaches you to embrace fear instead of running from it. It teaches you that comfort is your enemy, and growth exists only on the edge of discomfort. The men who endure these lessons do not just survive, they thrive. They take what life gives them, no matter how brutal, and turn it into fuel for greatness. Their bodies are stronger, their minds sharper, and their spirits unshakable. And the best part? That strength cannot be taken from them. You see, the hard life does more than build muscles or toughness. It builds character. It builds a man who can stare at adversity and smile. It builds a man who refuses to compromise his values, refuses to give up, and refuses to be defined by failure. The strongest men do not wait for opportunity. They create it. They know that life owes them nothing, and they refuse to wait for permission to succeed. Every obstacle is a chance to rise, every setback a reason to fight harder, and every moment to paint a signal that they are growing stronger than ever. This is your call to action. The world will challenge you. Life will push you down. Fear will try to control you. Pain will try to stop you. But the strongest men, the ones forged in struggle, do not give in. They do not complain. They do not quit. They rise. They endure. They fight. And through it all, they become unstoppable. So embrace the struggle. Seek out the discomfort that scares you. Welcome the challenges that push you to your limits. Because a hard life is not cruel. It is a forge. And those who survive the flames emerge stronger, unbreakable, and ready to conquer anything. The hard life builds the strongest men. It builds men of courage, men of discipline, men of unshakable resolve. And now it is calling you. Will you rise to meet it?